People think that to lose body fat, you need to live in the gym and only eat chicken and rice, but that's simply not true. I've helped hundreds of men and women build leaner bodies without sacrificing the foods they love and enjoy eating day to day, and definitely without spending every single hour of every waking day in the gym. Today, I'm going to share some of the simple things you can do without doing those two things to help you lose body fat, feel more happy and confident about the way you look and feel. Now, I've got to say, if you're a bodybuilder or you're expecting to watch this and get bodybuilding or massive muscle building advice, I suggest you skip this video and move on to one of the other ones on my channel, or maybe even find somebody else to listen to who's an expert on this topic. However, if you feel like you want to feel better and more confident within yourself, you want to maybe shift a few pounds or drop a dress size, maybe you've got a family holiday coming up where you want to feel confident enough to unbutton that shirt around the pool or wear a bikini, this is the video for you. For anyone new around here, hi, I'm Joe. I'm a Team GB gymnast turned fat loss coach, and you might even recognize me from a show where I picked up that little bad boy last year somehow. I still can't believe I did that. If at any point during this video you think, I might want a little bit more help or advice, or this guy clearly knows what he's on about a little bit, hit the first link in the description. I've put everything you need to know about losing weight and losing body fat, and you can grab all of those, my best bits of advice, for absolutely free. And the second link, I'll leave a little bit more information there about my coaching. But back to the video. I think this idea that every single food you consume needs to be absolutely efficient and healthy, and you need to spend hours on end in the gym, comes from the content we consume online across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, and the fitness influencers we observe. Sometimes if I skip a day in the gym and I'm constantly consuming stuff on fitness and people training and seeing that, it can definitely leave you feeling maybe like you're not working hard enough or doing enough. But if you've got a few key things in control, you definitely don't need to be in the gym every single waking hour of the day, and you definitely don't only need to be consuming boring, plain meals, chicken and rice like I did for about 10 years. Before I tell you about one of the biggest things that I see when it comes to this, let me tell you something that you may not have thought of. Quality over quantity. You could say this is training smarter, not for longer. One of the biggest misconceptions that I see and thing that prevents people from starting a program, a fat loss plan, a fitness journey, training, whatever it is, okay, is the fact that they think it's going to take absolutely hours a week per day out of their life. And if you're anything like me, I use this excuse all the time. Sometimes, because I think something is going to take so much time, I stop myself doing it because I don't feel like I have that amount of available resource to dedicate to that thing, to do it properly, to do it effectively. And this is one of the biggest things that I see people shocked with when they join my program. And I say you can get amazing results with training 2 to 3 times per week in the gym. And I think we can do everything that you want to achieve within that 2 to 3 times per week time frame. And they think, oh well, I'm never going to build a body that I want or get muscles and look great and get a six-pack, whatever it is. I'm never going to do that in 2 days a week. And you absolutely can. 2 to 3 sessions per week, which are structured, tailored towards what you want to focus on, hit multiple muscle groups at once, applying that key principle of progressive overload, where things are getting slightly harder, obviously performing them well, but getting slightly harder week on week, month on month, with the correct intensity to sessions will trump a 6 to 7. I just dropped to 6-7. God, it's not cool anymore, is it? It will trump 6 to 7 days per week in the gym, which, and it's key here, which are not structured. You're going in, you're doing what you feel like, you've got no intensity to your sessions, the muscles have no reason to change or adapt or grow. It's all about quality over quantity. Sometimes I find that people are doing too much in the volume that they can keep up with. They'll do it for a week and then they miss one session, then it's a snowball effect, and then suddenly they're back to square one. So have a look, think about how much you're training or getting to the gym, and really think, are you actually making the most of those 2 to 3 hours that you're spending in the gym? Sometimes I'll see people, or they'll come to me and they'll say, right, I want to lose body fat, I want to do this, I want to be more toned, okay, which is building a bit more muscle, dropping body fat so you can see that muscle a little bit more prominently. And I'll say, right, what are you doing in the gym? And they'll say, all right, so I walk on the treadmill 2 to 3 times per week, whatever. And that's absolutely fine. I mean, personally, why wouldn't you just go for a nice walk anyway? And I get that sometimes they're maybe intimidated or scared. It's absolutely fine. But you need to have a look and be honest with yourself. Is your program actually effective and working towards what you want to achieve? For less than the price of a takeaway per week, I can plan your workouts and program it for you. Hit that second link and you'll find a bit more out about that. Okay, we've got to train smart, we get that. But what's the biggest mistake that people make? It's what you do outside of the gym, which is actually going to dictate whether you're losing fat, losing body weight, whatever you're wanting to achieve. It is all of those hours outside of the gym. You are in the gym maybe 2 to 3, 4 hours per week, whatever. The other 160 odd, 164, whatever, hours per week, you are not training, you are not in the gym. These are the hours that count. Some people will obsess over the 1 hour they're training per day, but they'll forget about the other 23 hours that they're doing and everything else surrounding it. It is so important you look at things, nutrition, that key driver. Are you in a calorie deficit? Are you burning more energy day to day than you are consuming? That is the optimal place and how you will start, your body will start using those fat stores as energy, and you will start to see a reduction in body fat, a reduction in weight on the scales, whatever. Looking at your sleep. How is it? Is it affecting? Because if you've got bad sleep, poor sleep, that can have a massive knock-on effect for the hormones in the body and the rest, how your body uses fat and everything. Stress, are you stressed at work? Is your job causing you a lot of stress? Family life, all of these things can have a massive, monumental effect besides the gym on your fat loss goal. Don't get too hung up on what you're doing in the gym. If you've got a well-rounded, structured plan, and again, a coach will help you actually understand this or see it. If you want to use ChatGPT, Claude, whatever, they'll make you a little workout. There's no excuse for not having a workout. There's an excuse for not knowing how to do it, what to do, and actually to follow it. That is the role of a coach. But focus on everything else if you are trying to lose body fat. Now, we're going to talk about consistency over intensity. Now, the real people that build the bodies they want, feel great and confident in themselves and what they look like, they build these lean physiques, they're the ones that are confident, are not the ones that go all in for 6 weeks and give up after 6 weeks. They're the ones that month on month, year on year even, maybe even a decade to decade, whatever, are consistent with what they do. If they might still have a little bit of a period where they're less focused on their nutrition when they're away on holiday. That's absolutely fine, whatever. But as soon as they get back, they're straight back onto it. They're back into a routine. They're focused. These people are the ones that are actually going to see long-term sustainable results, not the ones doing a crash diet, binging, restricting. And you are not going to see incredible results if you are all on for 6 weeks and then you're all off for the next 6 weeks. The people that do something manageable week to week means they're going to end up moving that from week to week to month to maybe year to year. They've got those times in their life where they can go away and enjoy a holiday, kind of semi-guilt free, but when they come back, they're straight onto it, they're into a routine, they're driven in the gym. These are the people that are going to see amazing results. I've got an example here. If you want to stop the video and screenshot it, there's a good shot. And this is weekly calorie intake, okay? So something super important, not digressing too much away from the training, but this is super important. So in the green, you can see this person is consuming 2,000 calories every day, every single day of the week, okay? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Over the course of the week, they're consuming 14,000 calories. And a great way to actually look at how many calories you're consuming is to think about it over a weekly basis. If you have a party on Saturday, for example, or you're going out on Sunday without sounding like a Craig David song, it's a great way, and you can actually see maybe you'll drop your calories a little bit here and make up for it. In the red, this person, they're consuming 1,800 calories a day. So they're consuming for 5 days a week less than the green person. But on the weekend, they completely have the weekend off. They do all these things, they go out for multiple meals, or maybe they're just, I don't know, eating chocolate or desserts, whatever, right? They're doing so much of that over the weekend that they're actually nearly consuming 4,000 calories. They're consuming 3,500 calories, something like that. I think that's the example. They're consuming, over a week basis, over 2,000 calories more than the green. even though they're eating a lot less throughout the week. So upon first inspection, you might think, oh, well, this person in the red is actually in a better position to lose body fat quicker. But actually, the person in the green is going to beat that red person any day of the week, especially if they've got habits and behaviors like this. It's like the snail and the tortoise. It's not the snail and the tortoise, is it? I've absolutely butchered that. The hare and the tortoise, okay? It's snail and the tortoise. Now, I may have butchered the example a little bit. Hopefully you've had a bit of a laugh. But my point is, the long-term, slow, steady, consistent method isn't going to give you the amazing, incredible results overnight in the first week, maybe even the first month. But over weeks, months, that compounding benefit of sticking to a routine in the gym and from a nutritional aspect that you can, is sustainable day to day, and having those behaviors is going to mean you get greater, more sustainable and better results over time. Whereas like this example, if you go over this cycle of being great during the week and then you forget about it on Sunday, Saturday, whatever, with your training, nutrition, whether that is day to day, whether it's following a routine for 1 week and then stopping, whether it's you do a 6-week cut, and we've all been there. I used to do it. I used to promote doing a 6-week challenge, whatever, and it's a good way potentially for coaches to get people into the business. But the best thing is to have a sustainable method and an approach that helps and delivers long-term results. You don't have to be an absolute gymaholic or gym freak and eat super plain, boring foods week in, week out to lose body fat and build the body that you want. You just have to have some of these key things in place. For more fat loss advice, hit the first link in the description. I've put everything else you need to know about losing weight, losing body fat over the next 30 days. You can grab them for absolutely free. And the second link is going to tell you more. If you've been a little bit inspired by the video, you think, oh, I want to try that. I want to find out a bit more about what he does and how he helps people, hit the second link. Thanks for watching. YouTube is going to suggest a video right here that if you enjoyed this one, you should probably watch this one as well.